Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How's your week going?
It's going great. I love it.
Oh, good.
It's warming up here in NorCal.
Oh, boy. Yes.
Yes.
It's over 100 today.
I know. And it sounds like fire season has started for you already where you're at.
Yeah. Pretty soon I'll be shutting down and running out of here.
Oh, gosh. So there's a fire going on outside your window.
Pretty close. Yes. It's a giant cloud of smoke. So it seems to be heading this way. But there's like 30 houses before it hits me. So we should be in good shape.
If you need to get out of here at any time, just take off. It's okay.
Okay.
I'll filibuster. We'll be fine.
All right. What are we discussing today?
All right. So this is actually a question that I've been asked several times by different clients at different times. So I thought, what a great podcast topic. And that is, should I buy a domain with my keyword in it? For example, say I am a CPA in San Francisco, and instead of, so regularly, you would have whatever, johnclarkcpa.com or something like that. Instead of that, we're talking about someone comes to you and says, hey, we'll sell you the best San Francisco CPA.com domain. Now, is that worth it? So that's what their question to me always is. And, in years past, there would have been some benefit. So today I wanted to talk about that, the kind of the pros and cons, things to consider if you're going to do it. And then if you do actually do that, then how you can actually make it work for you. All right. Have you ever been approached?
Emails? Oh, yeah. Almost every day I get, hey. So, hey, bro.
Yes. Hello, dearie. We have this.
Yeah.
All right. So Google has actually, they have responded to this question. And so we're very Google-centric here at Local SEO in 10. So Google has actually come out. This is from John Mueller, who is basically the spokesperson for Google. He's the big hoo-ha there. And he said, in answer to this question, should we buy a domain with our keyword in it? He said, in short, no. You don't get a special bonus like that from having a keyword in your top-level domain. So anecdotally, you can definitely search. You can go and search for anything that interests you. And he says, I'd venture a guess that the top results don't have those keywords as a domain. Often it's not even in the URL at all. And, that's by design. So that's the Google answer. In short, no. Waste money.
All right. Thanks for the podcast, Adam. And no, I'm sure you have more.
So another reason is probably not a good idea if you're starting out your business, right? Or if you've only been in business for a year or so and you're like, hey, that's, best San Francisco CPA sounds awesome. What if you also do bookkeeping or you're also doing outsourced CFO? So when you pick a domain that has your keyword in it, you're now married to that service forever.
Sure.
And maybe you're like most businesses where you don't just do one specific task. So when you do choose that domain for that keyword, you are limiting your business. Now, later on, you might want to pivot your business or add more services. But now that domain kind of basically you've chosen, it has limited the potential of your business to serve those other potential clients.
Okay.
So now, that being said, there is some perceived value and authority that humans might give you when they see that that's best San Francisco CPA as your domain. That's the perceived value of that domain.
Okay.
So in Google world, that there is no value for it. All right. So, but there that is always something to consider, is that human element, which is some people might feel better going to best San Francisco CPA as opposed to John Clark CPA. Right? I don't know. Which one are you? Do you care?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I would probably go to John Clark, because anyone who calls themselves the best, they better be the best. And if you want to be the man, got to beat the man. You can't just call yourself the man.
I think you have to kill the man. Isn't that how it works?
No.
There can only be one.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Ric Flair.
All right. So also just be careful when one of those emails comes to you, because most likely that domain might have changed hands a few times before getting to you. And you don't know the history of that domain unless you do a bunch of research at that kind of for normal people. It's a little difficult to do that research. It's actually pretty difficult. So finding a clean domain with your keywords in it, that you want, probably not gonna, that is clean. And when I say clean, that means it has never been infected with a virus. It's never been associated with a vice category, like gambling or adult sites or something like that. Because those sites do get punished for those things. And Google doesn't care who owns it at the moment. It just basically blacklists that URL.
Okay.
All right. So now that is all we've covered, why you don't want to do this. That definitely is.
So I have a question.
Yes.
What if you were not calling yourself best San Francisco CPA, but what if you called yourself like Kanye West CPA? And then people who are searching for Kanye West would think, oh, this guy must be the CPA for Kanye West.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I imagine his trending topics, he's probably very high up there, I imagine. But what you're saying though is the URL does not affect at all the ranking in Google.
No, not really.
Okay.
What does affect the URL? Or sorry, what affects the ranking is basically it's your domain history. That the time that you've spent building up your domain as an authority for your business. So that's done a ton of different ways, but creating valuable content that definitely raises your domain's rating and ranking within Google. So that's what you want to spend your time doing.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Do you have another question?
That's it.
Okay, great.
For now.
Now, that being said, think about a large conglomerate, a company that has many different companies that it owns under it. So all of those company websites, a lot of times if they have different divisions, those divisions or separate sub companies will have their own website. So this could be, Johnson & Johnson.
Sure.
Think about how many products and how many websites that they have all tied together that support their brand, and actually they end up supporting each other. How do they do that? They interlink with each other. So one brand links to the other brand, they support each other, and the more they do that, the more content they create as a group of websites, the more they help all of those websites rise up in the rankings. Do you see how that works?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so Google doesn't penalize those companies, but they say they do penalize little mom and pops or small companies. They don't want you to do that.
Because just going to ask.
Yeah, those are called private blog networks. And what that means is if I have a business, I go out and buy 20 different web domains. And then I have my one central business. I have those 20 different websites. I pay someone to create content on a regular basis for each of those websites. Then on each of those websites, they also have links back to my main money site. That works. However, if Google finds you are doing that, they could take action against all of those sites.
Oh.
So that's why when somebody comes to you and says, best San Francisco CPA, that's one thing you can do is build another brand on that page, link it back to your main page, the one you've been building authority on for years. That's what people do. And so there can be that benefit. I'm not saying do that, but I know it's done, and it's been done for the last 15 years. Consistently by every major brand you can think of, by every major company, small and large. These private blog networks are basically a network that's created to support each other and the main brand.
Well, that's very interesting, because I wonder how Google discriminates between, what's the cutoff between a big company and a small company?
Yeah, it is fuzzy, and it's not definitely not transparent. So
I have an idea.
Take that.
The ones who spend the most.
As you will. I don't know, actually. Yeah.
I bet there's a correlation between Google AdWords and those businesses.
But there are some businesses that aren't even allowed to do Google ads. That are, basically every adult site. I think about it. They are definitely built around networks of adult sites. There's a reason that those sites get to the top of Google for their keywords and stuff. It's the same algorithm ranking, all of them.
Got it.
So yeah, this is how they they beat the system kind of thing.
Interesting.
So
all right.
Lastly, if you have your domain, like johnclarkcpa.com, you might want to consider buying johnclarkcpa.net or johnclarkcap.com. When you do that, you can put something called redirects on those other misspellings or similar spellings of your URL, so that they automatically push your visitors to the correct website. I know for Magnified Media, we do that with our .com and .net. So that way, if anyone puts in either one, we're fine. They'll go to the same place. So that might be something you want to consider. But
sure.
Don't worry about the best CPA San Francisco .net address or com.
All right. Well, very good. That's really good information as usual. If you have a question for an upcoming episode, make sure to visit our Facebook page or our LinkedIn page, Local SEO in 10. Make sure to like those pages too, because that really helps us get the word out. And if you are in a networking group or Chamber of Commerce, it'd be great to share this podcast out and let people know that what you are learning is available, and it helps them build their business. If you have a question about a topic, maybe something we haven't covered before, you can go to magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then there's a search bar, and you can put in whatever you think would be a good topic. And if it's there, you can listen to that podcast. Make sure to like and give us thumbs up and 5 stars on any platform you're listening to, and we will talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.